gentlemen, y'all, welcome back. Episode 21 of the walkthrough. Picking up here from the isolated merchant shack in Caelid, finishing up our somber run. So at this point, we have somber stones 1 through 7. We have them all. So we need an 8, we need a 9, and we need a 10. So what we're going to be doing here is just run east down this main road, and you're eventually going to come up to a scarab. Now, there's a few somber 9s, you're going to find throughout even early and mid-game. But somber 10s are extremely rare, and you're not going to find them to the very end of the game, besides the one we're finding now. And then somber 8s are almost as equally rare. You find like one in the capital, and you don't find any more to Mountaintops of the Giants. So, do not want to use this unless you get the weapon you want. Now, I'm going to let you know which weapons are best for each class and when we get them. Because, like right now, I have Moonveil, People swear it's one of the best weapons in the game. I'm not bringing it up to plus 10. I'm waiting. You know what I mean? I'm going to wait. Probably for Darkmoon Greatsword. Then after that, I'll probably switch up again late game. But at that point, we're going to find more. So, I won't be worried about it. But Moonveil is, the double katanas, this is just buying me time, trying a new playstyle. But yeah, this is not what I'll be going with. But it will be nice weapons to fully upgrade eventually, so we can switch this playstyle if we want. Now, we can go down here, grab rune arcs, smithing 9s, and just some, loot items. Now from here, let's go ahead and actually jump over to Farum Great Bridge, as this will actually lead us to another somber 9. Which would be nice. I have a couple. And early on, guys, you can get a weapon up to plus 9. I would not spend that 10 because when we do the underground, like the very last underground part, we will get 2 more somber 8s. So you have 2 more choices. Like if you're doing a faith build and you want to do my recommended build for faith, Erd Tree Great Shield. Let's say you want to use like the Erd Tree Seal and Blasphemous Blade, that's 3 weapons, 3 8s. That's, you don't have a chance to upgrade anything else till, till we do that. So just keep that in mind. Be very, very picky on what you upgrade. From here, we're jumping over to Dynasty Mausoleum entrance. If you don't have this, you should have your Pure Blood Knight's Medal. If you don't have that, you have not been following along, and you've missed some of the most important things we're going to get. So from here, just jump straight down northeast on the hill. Called Torrent. Stick close to these rocks on the right. We're going to do a quick run for some items, but a huge skeleton's going to spawn. If we get killed and lose 20,000 runes, don't worry about it. We're about to get 150,000. In fact, why we're doing this, one of the reasons is that you see later tier smithing stones, golden rune 12. It's worth like, I don't know, a lot. But you just want to circle every single one of these trees. There are runes around these trees that are worth 20, 15, and 30,000 runes. So circle these trees, circle that one. Now these guys are going to kill you quick, and it might take a few times to get through here. It doesn't change how beneficial it is to do this stuff. Because it is. It's extremely beneficial. Like I said, you're just circling every tree here, making sure you're not missing anything. There's some big stuff here. And we're going to hit these little caves. Water for arcane build, blood loss after 4, so you get your somber 9. Yeah, those guys will kill you very, very fast. I'm gonna leave that cave, drop to the right. For another cave, later tier glowwort, which is nice. These guys are asleep, don't worry about them. One of the best arcane blood loss spells in the game, Swarm of Flies. It casts like flies out in front of you, and yeah, they build up blood loss. It's completely dope. Blood grease. Now we're just kind of circling around the trees before we, either die or whatever happens to us. Whether we die or get out of here, just to make sure we don't leave any of these really big runes laying around. But if they do one of those cartwheels at you, you're probably dead. They have spikes all over. They're rocking blood loss. Like I said, if you get killed, guys, don't worry about it. Alright, so that was worth our time. We got everything worthwhile. So at this point, we have 3 somber 9s. We just picked up a really badass blood spell for arcane faith builds. Or if you just want to use blood loss and you're like a quality build, all you need is enough faith and enough arcane to use it. You're not worried about getting scaling on that spell. You know, you're worried about the blood loss it does. So as long as you meet the minimum requirements, you're good. And we're gonna go back to the side of grace we originally started from. Go to rest, get our heals back. Alright, now from here we're gonna work our way up. Now you could easily, we've already, you know, triggered Radon. You could easily go kill Radon and kill Moog right now and go to the DLC. I mean, you're not easily gonna beat them, but you have access to do so. I wouldn't, even though, so what this does, Pure Blood Knight's Metal brings us to one of the very last regions in the game, which is that Smogman's Palace. It's all optional. I mean, you can't get a platinum without it, but it has nothing to do with the main story of the game. So, but by doing this, by coming to a very, very, very late game area, you're able to grab some good stuff. You know what I mean? It's really useful for our trip. So you can get here, you can go to the right, get another, we can replace that stone sword key we used at Volcano Manor. Right here. Okay guys, thank you. Now these guys, they just kind of explode and build up blood loss. Now enemies here are worth a lot because it is such a late game area, but not these guys. They're like, what do they look like? 289. It's like almost 300 runes. Might sound a lot for right now, but it's not. They're definitely the weakest thing here. I'm going to put on your lantern. So we're going to have more of those sanguine, like knights. They have blood loss rapier, so go left when you first go in there, kind of work our way right. But yeah, so they have the blood loss rapier and they have the blood loss dagger with the Reduvia. They can summon up puddles of blood that make you fat roll. Grab a Lord's Rune there. I guess the other items we'll save till late game when we actually comb through this place properly. It's kind of circle around to the right. They, you know, going to the right and then up to the left. There you go. Ghost Globe we're at 9. Gets a special summons all the way up to +9. And in about 2 episodes, we're going to pick up our first 10. You will be missing like 7s and 8s, but we'll have most of those too. Alrighty. So now we have so many runes, we're good. Now the way I like to do this part, because this is really is a suicide run in the full meaning of it. Let's go ahead and put on Crimson Burst. Isn't really going to do much good with that. And Opaline. We're going to go past a bunch of these blood loss guys and a sanguine knight, and they're going to kill you really quick. But all we got to do is pop a chest up here. So in that chest is a somber 10, and this is what it's all about. This elevator to the right takes you to Moog. Up there. You're not ready for it. I assure you. Just pop this, grab your somber 10, and get the hell out. If you notice, Opaline Bubble Cheer tanked every bit of the damage we would have received. I actually got out of here without getting hit once. It's highly unlikely, and I wouldn't think that's going to happen for you, because usually I die at least once doing this. As you see, you're just in a really bad spot, you know. Now we go ahead and rest, pop all of our big runes. Typically we'd wait to do this, but look at this: 50,000, 30,000, 25,000, 12,500, 7,500. So use this shit. Get our levels, as many levels as we can. Now, I'm over 30,000 runes a level right now. You guys might be something similar, so we're not gonna get many, but we'll definitely be in our damage stats after this, because, you know, like I said, without our talisman, we're at 40 health, 20 mind, 20 endurance, and we're at 14 strength. About to be at 15, and that's where I was gonna stop at the strength. So now it's all dex, all in. You know what I mean? We're good to go. I'm only popping all the big ones. I will save that guy, why not? Should be enough for 4 points. Alright, so now we got this done, this done, this done, this done. Now this is just to meet weapon requirements, you know what I mean? It's not, but because if I took off my talisman, my plus 20 level talisman, I wouldn't even reach the requirements to use Moonveil or anything. So at least 15 on strength. But you do want to, and that's what we did. Knocked out your base stats. You don't even have to worry about going back to these until later game, like much, much, much later game. And we can just pull some points out of, strength and stuff like that. So we're at 25 intelligence. Time to start working this dex up. And I'm gonna just go, 5 increments at a time. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick with, dex, but no matter what it is, whatever your 2 damage stats you're using, that's just kind of how you want to play it. We only need 3,000 more for a level, so I guess we'll go ahead and pop this big boy too. Give us a couple thousand runes starting our next level. Alright, now we're starting to make some distance here. So 25 int, 22 dex, are pretty close, but you're really going to have 27 dex with your talismans. So now we have completely finished that up. We can jump back over here to Schoolhouse Classroom and actually progress through Briar Lucario. And if you guys want, if there's a weapon you're like, Bloodhound's Fang, I like it, I want to use it all game, bring it to plus 10 right now. If you see, Somber 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you only have 1 10 and 1 8. If you just want a strong weapon for now, just to get something on up there, I wouldn't go higher than Somber Smithing 7s. Now these are really rare too, but right after Caled we can get more. So if you just want like a strong weapon for like the next 8 hours, 9 hours, I'd take it up to plus 7, safely. Just to get you some really good damage. But yeah, 8s, 9s, and 10s, I wouldn't touch these guys because you're probably only going to have 1 or 2 chances to get a really good weapon up there. And we haven't found those weapons yet. They're coming, but we haven't found them yet until about mid-game. So, go to your left. I just like taking him out because he kind of patrols and he might get behind you. Maybe to get another scroll. We're going to get one of, so that's our cookbook. That's our scroll. That's more spells, as you guys well know. Hit your false wall. So anytime you see a bookshelf without books, it's an illusionary wall. With books, it's nothing. Without books, it's an illusionary wall. Just keep that in mind as we progress forward. And this kind of looks like it goes nowhere and like, oh fuck, I dropped for no reason. If you look closely at the rocks, they are climbable. Now there will be a little gap in between some. It's easy to miss, like you really don't see it. So make sure you jump that. Get your first crown. That raises your intelligence by like 3 points. Now we're gonna get like 4 or 5 crowns. They all do different things. Like some will take away from your stamina to give you points in intelligence. Some will take away health to give you points in intelligence. Some will take away from stamina and health to give you like 6 points in intelligence. So if you're doing like a straight caster, it's not a bad idea to use that. Now we're about to get to the absolute worst part of this place. It's just a clusterfuck is the only way I know how to explain this. Now, excuse my language, guys. Although we did rage a bit last episode when we got trapped in the corner, and I cussed like crazy, but I'm trying to work on it, alright? I'm trying to work on it. So we're going to have a mage there, a mage there, a mage behind him, a mage here, and a big-ass pot. Plus, in this room, there's other mages, and they're all going to spam everything at us. What I like to do is take out these guys and get in this corner so, the other mages can't hit us. So just... Now, no one can spam spells. They have to actually come and get us. We'll try to bring Pop Bro over first. Yeah, he was in the other room. Alright, that's probably the smoothest I've ever done this, guys. Ritual pot. Alright, so when you go in this room, you're going to see mages in front of you and to the right. Ignore them, just swing to the left, get this guy first. Otherwise, you're just going to have guys hitting you from behind and the front. And if you notice, this guy's not even alerted. So, kind of just save this guy. Them down for a crawling finger remedy. If you're going up the steps, you see the painting of Renalla. If you know she's pointing at something, look at your bookshelves. Books, 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 no books. We're going to start getting into the bigger spells here. So you're going to need 52 intelligence to use this. called Comet. Very powerful projectile. It's like the supercharged glintstone pebble. It's really big. It's like a comet. It does devastating damage, even uncharged. I think just like because I had renalla staff when I tried a mage build with 60 intelligence, and I was just tapping it, just a little tap, not charging it, and it was hitting for over 800 damage. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna jump over your rail, drop down, head to the south end, drop down, and when you get down here, you're gonna see a lot of pots. You notice they're not attacking, but there's a talisman over here that's gonna boost the potency of your spells as soon as you pick that up. Now they want to fight. Now we got that side section wrapped up. We can proceed to our first main boss up here. I mean, this isn't a remembrance boss or anything, but there's only 2 bosses here. Now, this boss will lead to you getting another memory slot for your spells, which is nice. Summons does do good here. There's another Red Wolf of Radagon. We've fought these guys before. They're really wily. They also have spells and shit like that, but even without using Somber 8 and all that shit, you're still doing phenomenal damage, and he's done. Now that's a very frustrating fight if you come here under leveled, like without your weapon upgrades and a decent summon and all that shit. It's a quite irritating fight, but now we got that done. Now there's multiple paths we need to take going out. Most importantly, as soon as you go out this door, guys, you're going to want to go to your right, because of the fact there's a legendary talisman you need for your platinum, and it just goes good with this mage build. And after we do this, we will actually be able to respec after we take out renalla. So like I said, I don't know if I'm going to go for a faith build, but I'm honestly thinking of it. They're a lot of fun. Like, we could do a Frenzied Flame build. We have the Frenzied Flame Spear. We have Frenzied Flame Incantations. That would be cool. Since this did start as a mage, my levels probably won't be as high. But, I mean, they'll probably be just fine. But instead of, like, 60-60 on my damage stats in game, I'll probably just be like 50-50. Because this started with high dex and high int, which is still going to be nice because it'll make it easier to use faith and melee weapons if we choose, like, because we could just go really high dex and then just have barely enough faith in it to use those type of weapons. Like, there's all types of possibilities, you know what I mean? But that's Radagon's icon. As you see, we go to inventory, a legendary talisman. So we've already gotten 2 or 3 legendary talismans out of the 8 I think we need, but some you aren't even gonna get until like the end. And I don't mean like the end of the regular game, I mean like the optional areas, because like Halo 3 is not needed to beat the game, but it's needed to get a platinum, because you have your main stuff and then you have side areas that you got to do for other things you may want. But just jump over the rail there, get your pots. Now, this mage does have some pretty hard hitting spells, especially that one. That's actually, I don't even know why, but that has one shot at me before. Alright, got this cleared out, got the cracked pot. Moving forward. Alright, so we've done a few of the side paths. Up there, I wouldn't worry about it. That's going to take you on top of the roof. We're going to clear this whole bottom section, and then we're going to go up to the right, and that's going to bring us over to the rooftops, kind of just doing a circle. I like to just take everything out, make sure, not that, we need to or things are going to hurt us, but just lets me know that we're not missing anything, you know what I mean? Should be another stone sword key up here. Yep. Alright. So first, I guess it makes more sense to do the left since we're going to progress on the right. We have another one of the conductor versions. Do it. Be careful. Put your health down pretty quick. Alright, so that's definitely the biggest threat handle. Now let's go to the left. We'll get another golden seed. And we'll also get another crown. No, let's go to the far right first. So Crab's going to start coming up. This is a mage area, so he's going to do magic stuff. Technically, he's more arcane, because he actually is going to do sleep, which I always thought scaled with intelligence, because there's an intelligent sword that does sleep. But it actually scales with arcane. But regardless, you could have him dead before he even gets out of the ground, so that's nice, for obvious reasons. Alright, and we're going to work towards the south side, get your golden seed, slap the bums. Alright, and he's working way around here. There's going to be like this little shiny crab. He's actually got, tougher than you'd think. But he does drop the another glowstone crown. So we got this area cleared. So I mean, this is a legacy dungeon, but it's, I don't know. Like, it's funny to me that some people say Volcano Manor isn't a legacy dungeon because you can get through it so quick, but yet they're okay with calling this one a legacy dungeon. Blows my mind when, you know, we're already done a third of it. You know what I'm saying? So, but there is a lot of good stuff still to come. Spells, stabs, crossbows, all types of stuff. Somber stone, smithing stone, you name it. Now there's, keep taking it over to the other side. Yeah, with getting our somber stones, like I said, even if you just went to +6, +7 for now, our damage is much better than it typically would be here. If you're just, you know, you don't know when you're trying to play. It's an open world game. You don't want to play it linear. You're supposed to run around and explore and put yourself in a better position. You know, we just take advantage of it. I mean, this is probably the right way to play it anyway. But if you were trying to play this open world as a linear game, what would happen is you would come here. Your levels would be the same, probably, or close to. But your weapons wouldn't be as upgraded. You probably have a +4 somber or +10 regular weapon. Actually, you might have a +12 regular, but yeah, your sombers would only be around +4. So don't think you naturally would have found a somber 5 yet. So, you know, we're a little bit higher ahead. Now, as far as doing this ball route here, guys, we do have some daggers. I have rarely, or darts, sorry. I have rarely been hit by this thing if you stick to the right. Don't want to try to time it, you know. But I can honestly say I've rarely been hit. So we're about to do an NPC invasion up here. This guy can be pretty scary for newer players because he's the first time, and don't worry about that, we're going to drop down and get that in a minute. So he's the first time you're going to find an NPC that can actually parry you. So do be on guard for that. Attack him while he's swinging, you're less likely to see, but you're less likely to be parried. Now he'll start pulling out, when he starts pulling out his staff, he can't parry you anymore. Yeah, this is Moon Bro, he can be, you know, a bit challenging for newer players. Finally got the shield I want, the Carrion Knight shield. Love this thing. Comes with no skill. That's probably why I was like, you know, I'm not even going to upgrade this. So if I do decide to stick with intelligence, you know, we're doing 15 intelligence for this. So it comes with no skill, but I like it. I just like the shape of it. Scar boost is decent at 49, but when you upgrade this fucking thing, excuse my language, guard boost is amazing. Not to mention, its magic damage and stuff is really good too, damage negation. So you're still at 100 physical, but your magic damage negation is 71. Holy at 54. It's shit for lightning. Not the best with fire, but you know, lightning enemies aren't for a while. And I will try to roll those kind of attacks. You know, I'm not sitting here trying to block incantations, but it is nice to know we can block spells as they come out really fast and, you know, pretty frequent. So let's go ahead and open up a shortcut. We're not going to use it just yet. Let me go ahead and run back this way. And we're going to take out the ball route. So up here in this tower, and I could see why a lot of people would miss this. I honestly didn't find this in my second playthrough, to be completely honest with you. But if you just go this way, jump over the rail. Go ahead here, unlock this shortcut. Now when we go up top here, we're going to have multiple mages and one pumpkinhead to deal with. And you're going to think, hey, let me go for the pumpkinhead. He's the big guy, he's the biggest threat, and you would probably be mistaken. Because, you know, you got 4 guys spamming glintstone pebbles at you, staggering you, you can't even get an attack off, then Mushroom Head just finished the job. So when you climb up, you're going to see guys straight ahead and want to run there, don't do it, go to your right. Or this guy will get involved too. He'll come up behind you. It's just about, you know, really paying attention in here. So, like I say, mages first. You're going to take some damage. In the long run, it's worth it. So if you start spamming and shit, and that's just one of them. Oh, we're about to die. You know what? Frick. Alright. So these guys aren't going to respawn, or they might, but the ball that they're summoning, that's gone for good, and it's not coming back. So I'm going to come over here. Grab a weird ass helm. Glintstone scarab. So like the one we got from the painting down in Limgrave, that is going to lessen the spell or the MP cost. It's going to take less mana to use spells. That's what I'm trying to get out. Alright, now from there we'll jump back to Debate Parlor just to, you know, refill our heals and, you know, stuff like that. Alright. Damn, how far off are we from the level? 4,000. Hate to keep using these up, but... I'd like to start getting our damage up. We prolonged it for so long. But honestly, it's not bad. I mean, we're only in our second region, and even putting all the time into this stuff, and, you know, reaching our minimum requirement, we're still sitting here at almost 25 for our damage stats. You know, in game we want those at 60, so it's not like it's bad. Obviously, health needs like 10 more points, endurance needs 10 more points, mana could use 5 more points, but these are things, depends on the armor. If you're wearing light armor, you don't have to go back into endurance. If you're fine with mana and you want to use more flask, you don't have to go back to mana. So, the only thing really needed is 10 more points in health. You know, but I'd say for 80% of the game, we're good on base stats. So try to get in here first. Got the Wet Blade, so now you can add affinity to Frostbite or magic to any basic weapon you want. Unless it's like a Fire Ash Warrior using them. For obvious reasons, you can't do that. Yeah, they're spamming the fuck out of you. God, they're annoying, bro. This game isn't hard. It is annoying, though. I ain't spamming no more? Why? I think he was coming to terms with the fact that he's about to die for his grievous sins. No, just played. Alright, so we drop here. Ignore that mage in front of you for now, because we have this mage bro that's just begging for it. There you go. Like that whetstone, like that's not, you know, the wet knife, that's not stuff that's needed for platinum, but it's stuff that's needed because, you know, like the just great things it's going to add to a build. Because what if you're not even doing a magic build? Because, you know, frostbite scales with magic. But what if an enemy is weak to frost or weak to magic? So even if you're doing just a straight melee build, you might want those affinities to help with that. Situational uses, you know? But frostbite, in my opinion, I think frostbite's as good as blood loss. Because when frostbite procs, it obviously you're still gonna get that big chunk of damage just like you do with blood loss. But as long as they're frostbitten, you also get 20% more damage. So in my opinion, it's better. Yeah, so run to the left there, grab that. We're gonna go on up. We're gonna have a mage in front of us using a new sorcery. It's a spiral shard. It comes at you really slow. It's like 2 projectiles. It's like spinning around, but it hits really hard. And on top of that, we're gonna have some Abionet soldiers. So they're like marionette soldiers. I forget if we've seen any by now, but they're much smaller. Just as dangerous, and they still spaz out if you don't kill them in one. So keep that in mind. What am I doing? Yeah, there's just your glintstone spiral. And you can just like back up and they'll eventually like fade out, you know what I mean? Wait, I thought I changed my sword. No, guys, no. Hold on. What is really going on? Yeah, these guys fly around like crazy. Sometimes they end up just like killing themselves. Useful for obvious reasons. Like I've had them because they jump in the air, then they shoot down on you. And I've had them just like fly off the edge. It's really helpful. Now we got that. Just go to the left first. Go work our way around. Grab that. I mean, you don't have to go to the left, but if you go to the right, you might just run straight past it and not think to look left, because that kind of looks like there's a wall over there, you know? We're about to get that item. So this next step's extremely important. So if you go down there, you're going to miss some stuff. So you have to run, do a really late jump, and you're barely going to make it. But there's a route to the right and a route to the left. If you take the route to the right, it's going to drop you down to get a cool crown. But then you're going to have to go all the way back through this to get to the path to the left. If you do the path from the left, it takes us above where we can drop back down here again, and then go to the right, getting everything in one shot. So very late jump, go to the left first. Ugh. Oh wait, Abionet. Yeah, I didn't forget about the bow. We're slowly working our way around. I like this, because we can backstab them and kind of like kick them off the roof. It's so much fun. At least to me, because they're annoying, you know? Real cinematic shit. Bye-bye, kind sir. Alright, now we're going to drop down here, and one of those guys is going to drop from the left and from the right. I don't know why, I just feel more comfortable hitting the one on the left first. No poise. Now time for a very long ladder. This is going to bring us up to a crossbow that gets magic damage. I don't think it gets magic scaling though, like intelligence scaling, but it does get magic damage. Really weird looking thing too. I can't wait to see our inventory at the end of this playthrough, guys. It's going to be pretty badass. So, you know, we're taking the time, making sure we're not missing anything, grabbing every single item we can. It's just really, really, really cool. There you go, full moon crossbow. And from there, you're looking for the rooftop drop, which is right here. This is going to lead us around to a smithing 4. It's a 3 or 4. I'm pretty sure it's a 4. Yep. Now we could drop and take the right path. Remember, late jump. This is also a gap. So be careful for that. And you can drop down and get that item if you want, but it's just like nothing spectacular. I think it's magic priest. I'm not going to do a whole run around for magic grease. But if you guys want it, get it. While we're here, you're definitely going to want to get your crown. This is a more rare crown, better crown. And I missed it. Son of a bitch, I missed it anyway. Oh, it's just good fun. I guess debate caller is going to be our closest side of grace to get. It's very unfortunate. I just said, let's not do this run around. But I didn't see the crown up there. I know it's there. It should have been a little crab. I probably overlooked it, dropped too fast. We're just running to the door this time. We opened up that shortcut for a reason. And I did forget to mention over there when we found that transporter, don't take it. It's just going to send you to the Church of Vows. We already have that, you know, so. And just a quick little run back. I mean, this might be good in case anyone got lost on the path somewhere. We can go and show it again. Alright, going up here. I mean, looking at the time though, yeah, we should have enough time to do the Legacy Dungeon, take out the boss, talk about the boss remembrance, and then hopefully just, you know, loose end stops quest line, the tower on the, was it the East Coast that we didn't get to. This again. I can't believe I missed the damn crown. I want to say it's like the Lazuli crown, or I could be wrong. There's so many. In my notes, I'm not writing down which crown. I'm just writing down, hey, there's a crown here, because there's so many of them we're getting. If you hurry up and get in here, the Abbey and Net should probably fall off. Alright, this time we're going to pay very close attention. There he is. See, I saw the note. I was like, I hope the note wasn't him. There you go. Yeah, Lazuli Glintstone Crown, so we got that. Thankfully. Go down here for Summer 4. I'm going to circle around, take this up. Then we're going to go to the left and get another imbued stone sword key for the 4 belfries, but we are going to wait until we get the one out of Caelid, so we can just do all the 4 belfries at once instead of just, you know, keep coming back and coming back. We've already went through it once, so I can show you guys where to get the Maiden for Vari's quest, in case you didn't have the Church of Inhibition, but from this point on, let's just wait until we're only missing one more. Might as well just, you know, go there and get both talismans at once. And all it is like resistance talismans we're getting there, guys. Nothing too crazy, you know. The modded necklace is one of them. I think we get a Pearl Drake talisman that boosts non-physical damage negation. Alright, we want to go here, jump, take him out, come over here for more magic grease. Have 2 Abbey Nets behind us. Alright, now this you want to be careful about. We're going to be going in here. And you don't want to drop without thinking here, because we need something. Not that. I mean, we can use it, but we don't need it. So there's another glintstone key, and if you remember with Thop's dialogue, I told you guys, you know, even though we're skipping through it, make sure you go through the dialogue on your own. So if you have, you know that Thop's also wanted a glintstone key to enter the academy. There you go. The first one we found was never used because that sorcerer died. This one's been used. So, we're going to have consequences for Thops, unfortunately. Oh, hit the shortcut for sure. Then that's the very first building we came into. If you die here, and there's a good chance, just because of one guy, but you won't have a long run back, you just jump to that side of grace and climb right back up. Make sure you get the staff here. Shattering Crystal, if you guys remember, there's a staff that boosts those kind of attacks. So if you have Opaline Bubble Tier on, did we put that on this? Yeah. So that's really good for this. This guy has a repeater explosive crossbow. If he hits you with it, it's just gonna one-shot you. So see, he's got 4 at once. That's why you want Opaline Bubble Tier. Blasphemy, I do not know why he's spamming it. He usually doesn't spam it. There you go. Azur's Glintstone Staff. It's going to shorten the cast time of your spells, but it costs more mana to do so. It is one of the better staffs in the game. Somber Staff, really decent damage. So when it comes to staffs, like, you'll find quite a few drops from enemies, ones we pick up, but there's like 5 that are just, you know, top notch, and that's one of those 5, in my opinion. Depending on, you know, if you're doing like straight intelligence, space intelligence, you know, dex or strength intelligence. That's your last crown there. And you jump here. You see that's overlooking our graveyard. So we have officially got everything. There's nothing left here to worry about. So from there, we're going to jump back to the debate parlor and go take out Renalla. Then we'll just be like kind of button up loose ends. So Renalla's a really easy fight. It can be really hard or really easy. If you know how to play it, it's really easy. So first phase is very much a gimmick fight. She has all these children around her. And what you're looking, and she has a protective bubble around her while she's floating in the air. You're looking for the children that have bubbles around them. They're like yellow bubbles. So you go right in, you pop, you hit 3 of those kids, you know, with the bubbles. And then that drops her down so you can get some damage. With our weapon, we should get her the first try. If not, you know, so after a few minutes, there'll be an explosion, then she'll go back up, and you gotta smack 3 kids again. That's easy. Second phase, you're gonna be portaled somewhere. It's hard to explain. It's just like this huge platform in the middle of nowhere, and she's gonna lead with a holy beam of magic. And you're going to think to dodge or run from it, just run straight to her. She doesn't have much poise or anything either. Just run straight at her and, you know, get some hits in. Amongst from that, you know, if she spells, you're going to want to run from a dodge, but she does summon a lot of shit. Wolves. She summons Blood Knights. She summons Bloodhound Knights. She summons dragons and all types of shit. Now, if she summons, and trolls. So, if she summons like wolves and shit like that, just run far enough away. They'll despawn, but if she summons a dragon, everyone tells you to run because of the dragon fire. When she summons a dragon, run for her. You stick next to her, she can't hurt you, and then you're able to attack her instead of running away. It's just, everyone always says run from the dragon. It's the dumbest shit you can do. Because everyone's always like, you know, dreading, like, oh, when she summons the dragon, you're fucked. It's like, no, the dragon's what you want her to summon. The 3 bubbles. She's gonna drop. Stay on her ass. There you go. I guess that first try. You guys got the same damage as me. We've all been going around together getting the same shit, so you should have her first try too. If not, just back up when you see her glow and she's about to explode. Do the thing again. So like I said, second phase, holy beam, don't run from it, run towards it. I didn't expect the big moon. See the moon, you want to run from it, or roll through it. Heal, damn it. She really was just stacking them up, back to back. I wasn't expecting that. Sometimes it takes longer to heal than you would think. It is really easy though, I promise. I remember one time I did a run from this side of Grace and killed both her phases in 38 seconds. I was like curious of how quick I could do it, so it's not hard. I am using a build I don't usually do, because usually I'll just go in there and hit her with some charged heavies because she doesn't have any poise at all. You know what I mean? And Pretty easy. But that being said, we'll get her this time. I wasn't even using my big Ashes of War either. And they do, the Moonveil, I noticed, the Ashes of War does have decent poise damage, so. And we could use summons too. I don't really think summons are needed here though, you know? If you're a newer player, it's not going to hurt to use them. But, like, when you get into phase 2, that's when you want to use them. And first she's doing a Holy Beam, she's casting spells at you. It's going to be really hard to get a summon off unless you just straight run away from her. And you can't get damage in if you run too far away. So that's why I just don't suggest them in this fight here. I guess we can boost our magic damage though. Oh no, I took that off. It's okay. If I die again, which would be extremely surprising, but if I do, I'll switch up the blast then. Same thing. Die. Get my room. Whoever's throwing the books at you has a bubble. It's the only one that does it. And sometimes they can be hiding behind that back wall too, so keep that in mind. Same thing. See the beam, rush her. Please be the dragon. Damn it. Watch your health. Stack on damage pretty easily. Like I said, easy fight. 30-45 second fight. Just keep rushing her. Rolling forward, rushing. Rolling forward, rushing. You're dodging your spells. The summons, you know, kind of suck, but it's not like they have... Whatever she summons doesn't have the same health as they would have if you ran into them, you know, out in the world. So, as with the wolves, we just like swiped at them once, they all disappeared. You know, not too bad.
Where did he flee?
Now, she's going to open up to respec with. She's going to rest, get our level. It doesn't matter, even if you want to respec, I mean, just put your level wherever you want it, you know what I mean?
Where did he flee, my sweetest?
But we did pick up some larval tears.
Is it that to become?
So we go to rebirth. I'm going to cancel out, but it brings your stats back to what they started. You can't get them any lower than that. But, like right now, I'll see if it's even worth it. I don't know what I want to do. There's a couple good faith options, so. Yeah, see, if I wanted to have the minimum dex, I would just, put it at 15. And I can go keep that there. Bring my faith to 20 and use a spear. Yeah, so I'd lose some levels for sure. I would lose 10 levels off my points. But it would allow me to get to another decent build. And that's still, because I have 15 here and 25 here, so I'd still have the bare minimum of that. I'd have a little bit of intelligence, so I could still use, like, Death's Poker if I wanted to do that. But 2020, and that's still not even really the worst for where we are in the game, you know what I mean? So if I wanted to go ahead and switch to that, I could. Or if I was like, you know what? Actually, 15 faith's a good spot. Use some incantations, at least a few. So we're going to arcane. See, I'd have to just say fuck the faith. But I could easily go arcane dex as well, and wouldn't be losing that much damage either, you know what I mean? Which might be another thing I want to do, right? So just keep in mind, you can change your stuff up easily. So we'll see. I'm just going to play it by ear. I'm going to cancel this out for now. Later on, if I want to change up my build, we'll just see what, I'm going to do it based by what weapons we run into and what I may be wanting to do, and that's how I'm going to do it. We can jump over to the Lost Table of Grace. Go over her boss remembrance. Obviously, this is going to be for mage builds and mage builds only. So you can get her big moon sorcery, or you can actually get her staff. Her staff is like the best staff in the game. There's one that out damages it, but it's only if you have like 80 intelligence, and it takes 50% more mana too. So it's, in my opinion, it's the best staff in the game. It is worth getting. So you get strength scaling, you get dex scaling, you get intelligence scaling, and it'll have S scaling and intelligence when fully upgraded. But yeah, it's the best item here. Because there's another moon you can get, and the other moon does frostbite damage, so it's much, much better. It does a little less damage, but the frostbite causes enemies to take more damage, so when you consider that, it's better. Now we can jump on over to Lake Facing Cliffs. We need to go finish up Thop's quest to get the emote to get into the tower, and that will fully and completely wrap up the Earnia, which is really nice. 2 regions done, barely over 20 hours. We have a lot more stuff to do, guys. You know, this is a very, very, very long game, but I do feel like we got a good start, because typically, if we wouldn't have cleared out Redmane to do Varus Quest offline, you know, we wouldn't even have done the towers yet either. So, you know, we got that knocked out too, which is nice. You know what I mean? So, just want to mention that. So, takes more time now, saves us time later.
Back to learn another. Wonderful.
Talk.
Apologies, I'm afraid. Oh, right. I can tell you, you've seen that Stravax, the only it's done after they did the academy, as you might have making entries and so on. When they come.
About the Glintstone key.
And you'll never. And if you want, would you? I know it, but still.
Give the academy Glintstone key.
Thank you. Now I can go back to resume.
You can go resume studies and got the erudition emote. That's what we want. Now we want to go and quit out. Or you could just, you know, fast travel to run back over here. It's just the method I'm used to using. You know, playing other Souls games. You know, you miss the Crystal Lizard. This is how you make them respawn. Crystal Lizards in Dark Souls is the equivalent to your Scarab in these games. So, Scarab disappears on you. You know, you're good. Just quit. Quit out, load back in, and they'll be there. Ta-da! There you go. That's the Warthop's Barrier. It's kind of like Carrion Retaliation, but without the... Like, instead of hitting it and have arrows to shoot out, it just lets you hit spell parries and to protect yourself. But you could spam this. So if someone's spamming Glintstones, you can hit it back to back to back to back. Where Carrion Retaliation, you could do one, then you're going to have to dodge the other ones to get that hit off. So it is good for that. Now we want to jump back to Schoolhouse Classroom. Go out this door. There stops. Dead as the door now. We got to resume his studies, alright. Now from there, we could jump over to Frenzied Flame at Village Outskirts and go knock out this tower. And to my knowledge, this does completely wrap up the Earnia. There's a top section we can't get to until after the underground, which is above the Village of Albanerics. Like you'll see some buildings up here. This is on top of a mountain. Building up here, ruins. There's like Everjails, and puzzle towers, and all types of stuff. But you can't do that until you pretty much completed all of the underground, and that's also where we get Darkmoon Greatsword. So that's coming. But we still have this underground area. We have bottom half of Caelid, because the top half's so much higher level. You don't do that till around the capital. But so our first 2 underground areas, bottom half of Caelid, then there are other underground areas, then we get to that. So we'll actually be going there before, you know, we go up here, but it's still a good 10, 15 episodes away. It's like there's a lot to do between there, but it doesn't really take the most time, you know what I mean? So I did want to talk about that and cover that. But from here, there's your tower. We need to put on a helm, one of the crowns, doesn't matter which one. And we also need to put on the erudition emote, which is right here. And the other tower, we kind of like took the wall to get into. You know, we didn't have to use the crown and the erudition emote, but technically that's what you have to do. Although that one had a wall we could have just used. And we're gonna have a troll. He probably could run past if he doesn't see you. he doesn't see you, you'd be okay. But if you think he sees you, you just feel like you're gonna ignore him. I don't know why my health bar is looking smaller. I know we didn't have on that rune arc still. Did that helm give us health or something? Doesn't look like it. Oh, it does. Look at that. Without it, 1296. With it, 1581. That's crazy. I never realized that. Okay, well, we'll definitely rock that for a while. But you want to get here with your crown, go over, use the erudition emote. This is actually going to lead to, instead of getting a memory slot, you're going to get two really good spells here. One's the Hyama Gavel and the Hyama Cannon. And that's what like the big mage guys with the club they're using. Really cool hitting spells, or really powerful hitting spells, really cool spells. Now we're going to have one of those magic balls. Just come in here and wipe them out. Not worse than your runes, but we don't want him like firing magic bullshit at us, you know what I mean? While we're trying to get shit done here. So, from there, you're gonna take your elevator up. Oh, maybe this doesn't give you health. Hold on. It's that crown that we were using takes health away. That's what it was. Like I said, some take stamina away, so I wasn't really noticing that, you know what I mean? There you go. Cannon of Hyama, Gavel of Hyama. I don't really, Hyama or Hyma, I don't know how the hell you say it. But yeah, so we're wrapped up with Liurnia completely, guys. Even our nighttime bosses. All four. Deathbird here, Deathbird there, Knight's Cavalry here, Knight's Cavalry there. We did all the side quests from the NPCs from Yura to Thops. I mean, there's just nothing left. This tower, don't worry about it for now. We have to do the underground first. But from here, let's go and jump over to Ansel River Well Depths and get ready for next episode. So like I said, we're going to be doing the next two underground regions. Now, when I was taking notes, we can't fit both one episode. This one's not too bad. So what we'll end up doing is we're going to do all of this one, and then we'll be able to come and do like the introductory part of the next one leading us out to the big lake. So it's going to take 2 episodes for our first 2, underground regions, and then we'll finally be getting into Caelid, which is nice. This does lead to final Ghost Globe work for your upgrades. Even though you're going to be missing some, it's nice to know you're going to have it. And it also leads to a Lightning Frostbite incantation for Faith builds. It's really cool. Either way, we're going to go and rest up here. Once again, guys, thank you. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate you guys commenting and telling me how much it helps you. And I hope this is helpful. I hope it is helping you get through the quest and getting all the items and, maybe looking at the game in a new way to help you actually get through it. So, with this walkthrough, you guys will be in a very good spot for the DLC. Do that walkthrough too. So I hope you guys, tag along and get through all this together. But either way, we're wrapping up here at Ansel River Well Depths, and we will proceed into the underground next episode.